Good evening, guys. Tonight we're talking about the power of journaling. My question is, do you guys journal? Is this something that you use as a practice to do exactly what? So, journaling is something that a lot of us do, and we're going to talk about it tonight. So, I have a special guest that's coming on tonight. Be chatting about journaling. All right, guys, if you guys are ready, is that my special guest?
How are you? How are you? How are you?
Hi, Karen E. Henderson.
Yes, that's me. How are you, Coach Tamika?
I'm doing awesome.
And you're not
Yes,
done speaking. You're just beginning.
just beginning. And tonight I have prepared myself for our conversation. I'm going to have a few berries, strawberries, and a few blueberries and some grapes.
Oh
Yeah.
my, that's because this is going to be a very healthy conversation.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So,
I am so glad to be here, first of all. And you wouldn't believe it where I am. I have plenty of light, but it looks like it's, I won't say shading me, but the light looks more subdued here. But I think, can you see me clearly?
yeah, I can see you. It's fine. So,
Okay.
guess what? Let's just start chatting. They're not even worried about that. They probably really want to hear about this power of journaling tonight. So,
Listen,
welcome
listen.
everyone. Let's talk.
It is powerful. That is the absolute truth. And I was thinking today on this conversation of journaling. Um, a lot of people may have a lot of journals, okay? They may journal about specific things. It could be their career, it could be their relationship, it could be their own self-awareness, self-development,
Hmm.
or it could even be about success. How about that? The point of the matter is there is truly power in the pen, and journaling really, really helps one to become more clear. And that
Mm.
is so important. And, we're talking about journaling, but I have to just a little bit segue over to shift, because I think I shared with you that I was going to do this journal, and, I was going to do it and launch it around Black Friday. And a friend said, "Why don't you do it now? What are you waiting for?" Shout out to Shantae. But the truth of the matter is, even being in shift helped give me that energy and that momentum to go ahead and do it. So when she said it, because you hear people say all the time, "What are you waiting for? You need to do it now." I never felt so ready when she said that. And I thought today, all things collide, come together, mesh, and you make that shift and you make that move. I really wanted to say that because I don't think even I, in that moment, made the connection.
Wow. Wow. And so thank you for that. I thank you for coming into Shift and joining and being present every single moment and just being a person who was ready for what was supposed to be there for you. And I think that's why you actually moved on a journal so fast, because there was so much that came together for you in that moment. And I believe you've been preparing for so long for something, for this moment. So I'm excited for the fact that you got it done. You stuck at it. You just made sure that everything that needed to be done was done.
That is absolutely right. And let me tell you, folks, like she said, it didn't necessarily happen like that, but yes, it did. And what do I mean by that? It wasn't smooth sailing all the way. There were lumps and bumps. There were back and forths, meeting certain requirements, for instance, of the publisher, that's KDP. There was no, "I shouldn't put that there," or "This is too big." It was a whole lot of things that could frustrate you, could say, "Okay, well, maybe it's not time to do it. I'll just put it down." But I kept going, frustrated and all. And that was big to me because, like you say, I've been working a long time towards this whole program of EAs in the C-suite of emotional intelligence, self-awareness being paramount. And here I am, getting what I need in the moment that I need, and it's enabling me to act on it, to move. And I'm happy about that. And folks, it's a long way to go, but it's a beautiful journey because you
Yes.
feel good about what you accomplish even after all those hurdles. Hi everybody, and I have to say
Yes.
my accountability partner is on here. Um Hi, Judith, and thank you, Judith. It is just so awesome to have people in your corner. And that's another thing about folks. If it sounds like I'm just babbling
Hey,
on,
Judith.
please forgive me. Um, but in the coaching, the underground biz, and the shift, I have made powerful connections that we are still connecting. And we're not connecting, oh, that's my girlfriend. We're connecting on business, we're
Mhm.
connecting on strengths in this area, strengths in that area. Come together and let's help each other be strong 360 degrees. And that's,
Mhm.
oh, there's another coach of mine on, Sharon Grossman. I mean, this is, oh, this is so wonderful, folks.
Welcome, folks.
This
Welcome.
is awesome. I thank you so much for allowing me this platform. You make it easy. You make it comfortable, even when the journey is often uncomfortable. It's a
Hmm.
matter of fun, y'all.
Yes,
It's
yes.
fun.
Hey, Judith. Thank you so much for all of that, Karen. So thank you, Judith. Hello. I'll see you in the morning. We work out at 5:30 a.m. So yeah, I'll see you at 5:30. So Karen, let's start talking about this journal. What's the title of it?
The title of the journal is 30-Day Self-Awareness Journal, a guide to boost emotional intelligence. I
Woo,
actually
woo.
happen to have what do I have? A proof copy here. It's slated to be available to the masses at the end of the month, October 30th, 31st. I don't know if you all can see that,
Yes. So
but it's, and
that's when I'm going to get my copy because I ordered my copy.
I thank you, my darling. I got that notification and I was so proud. I broadcasted to a few friends this morning.
Oh, okay. Tell them yes. I'm looking forward to my journey. So I'm not just, oh, I'm just gonna support. Yes, of course, that's one of the things, but I'm waiting for my journal as well. So I want to get into talking about what it's like to actually journal. So you created it, and I want you to tell us why you created it, and then I want to talk about what kind of things that people can do when journaling.
Okay, I
Come on,
create
Kalisa.
I created it because I found value in doing it myself. And I was journaling in terms of my own personal growth. I was, hi, hi, Neo. Oh, this is fantastic. That is another coach and mentor. I am so happy you all. At any rate, yes, I did it because I knew it was necessary from my own experience. And like I said in the beginning about journaling in various areas for success, for your career, for self development.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm on my journey, I realize more and more how important the space between our ears is. It is so important to have the correct mindset, and it takes work. It takes work in terms of accepting and recognizing who you are, what some of
Mm-hmm.
your triggers are,
Mm-hmm.
areas that you're really ill at ease in, as opposed to areas that you're comfortable in, and learning these things about yourself and not being critical but just
Mm-hmm.
understanding. So, in my journal, for instance, there are blank pages, of course, for you to journal. You can put the date at the top. But one of the
Mm-hmm.
things I did was I put various quotes in and I put prompts in on some pages to
Okay.
help you think about something. And so, for instance, on the very first page, I put this quote because it spoke volumes to me. If you ever feel like God isn't there, remember the teacher is always silent during the test.
Mhm.
That's on the very first page, and I put it there because a lot of times when things do not go the way we expect or the way we want, sometimes we tend to blame, although I can't conceive of this personally, but sometimes we sort of blame God not hearing our prayers, or in some way he's blocking our progress. I mean, you may not be ready for the progress you perceive. There may be more work you have to do. Perhaps you don't need to go straight down Broadway. You need to turn on Fifth. So, the mindset is just so important. And that's another motivating factor in me compiling this journal.
I love it. So I would love to talk about, so yes, the Ashley, she has done it. Her journal
Ashley,
is
hi,
done.
Ashley.
Her journal is done, and it's launching on the 26th. So guys,
Yes.
please stay tuned. So we're just having a conversation tonight about journaling itself. I personally want to share, because you were just talking about how you journal, and like people journal at different points in time. Like point blank period. And I want to talk about how you can journal when things are going well, because it's a way to just kind of chart and mark down the things that have been happening that are amazing. You just want to remember. But then on the other hand, you journal also because you may have things you want to get out that you can't say to other people. And I want to personally talk about that. There were points in time in my life when I journaled because there were things I just couldn't say to everybody else. I remember like I journaled a lot when I was like getting divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I journal a lot at that time. And why? Because after you've gotten through the point where you've already decided that you're gonna get divorced and you made this choice, it really feels weird to continuously tell people how you're feeling. Oh, this is not feeling good. I don't know what else to say. Oh my God. And you don't you don't want to continuously say these things, but you still have these feelings that you can't keep bottled up. So I'm really excited about the fact that you've written this journal that gives people an opportunity to write down those not so good thoughts that you don't want to say to other people. And I think not only about like a situation with like a divorce or whatever, journaling is really good when, I know that your specialty is assisting EAs, executive assistants. I know that that's your specialty. Those are the people that you talk to. So more than anything, that's your audience. However, you're talking to entrepreneurs as well. And they go to work and then they come home. And there are things that happen throughout the day that they just need to put down. So I'm excited about the people who are in the space with you, especially those executive assistants who go to work and they're dealing with the CEO and they have all of these things going on throughout the day. And then they get home and they still are dealing with these things. So it's a great way to like just let all of that out. Hey, Stacy.
And on that same end, a lot of times, I talk about the EA transforming from the traditional EA to becoming a business strategic partner to her C-suite executive. And a lot of times they come fully equipped in a lot of areas, but are not necessarily at a point where they could communicate really their ambition without fear of feeling they may be perceived as being pushy, or in some way. I think there's an intimidation there, which is the other reason why emotional intelligence is so important, because you become self-aware, and becoming self-aware really enhances your confidence. And quite
Oh,
frankly,
wait, stay right there in that space. What did you say?
yes,
Becoming self-aware
absolutely,
increases your confidence.
absolutely,
Tell me
because
why. I know why, but tell
that
everybody else why.
because when you know about yourself and you accept it and you're working with it, it helps you to recognize those behaviors in others.
Oh, come on, Karen. Come on,
And
author
when
of
you
the
recognize
journal.
those
Hey, Marquita.
behaviors, you recognize those behaviors in others, that changes the dynamic on your interaction. You're not judgmental, you're not
Uh-huh.
confrontational
That's
because
right.
you're on.
Yeah, look, and also with us reading all of these books,
Oh my goodness.
oh my good, right.
It's a
Like you get to
beautiful
the
thing.
point where you become a new person. And then for you to be able to journal and write how you're feeling and how you're thinking about things, like it just changes everything. Like we were just talking about a little while ago. You journal the positive and the opposite thoughts. And when you learn things, you can journal those too. Like, oh my gosh. And like journaling, like you said, helps you learn more about yourself for real.
And
Because
the
if you
one
write it,
big
you can read it too.
exactly two things I want to say. One big thing is I kind of lost that point, but let me come back to it in a minute. You
Mm-hmm.
just mentioned, oh, I know what I wanted to say. One big thing we didn't mention was gratitude. When you write about your gratitude, what are you grateful for? And I forget where I was, where I heard, we read so much, we hear so much. They said, journal, but don't journal
I,
about the same thing. Not journal, I'm sorry. What you when you're writing what you're grateful for, don't write about the same thing. Like, okay, so we're grateful for waking up in the morning. We're grateful that we have food in the refrige, whatever. But really think what we're grateful for. And I
mm-hmm.
remember one morning I was lying in bed and I said, I am so grateful out of every window in my house. I
Yes.
see green trees, just green trees all around, not concrete buildings that block the brain from free waves of flowing. But I'm serious. That is so awesome to me. I just walk through the whole place and every single view out the window is green. I'm city. So seeing green is quite a nice, refreshing change. Now, once
Exactly.
I get my condo, if you will, in Miami, then I'll have my view of water. Or
Yeah.
at my condo in Mexico, I'll have my view of water. But seriously, I am grateful. I am grateful
Yeah.
that I'm in a space where that view is outside of my window. And I really begin to think on that level of the things that we really overlook and or ignore that we're grateful for.
Yes. And Karen, that was Bryn that said that about journaling about something new.
Yes,
I'm
it
sorry.
was. Yes.
She spoke about being grateful for something new every day. But I
Yes.
thought you were getting ready to say something that I have said, which
Okay.
is that when you write down what you're grateful for and you also speak it back into the universe, you are in a positive state, happy state. So if you're feeling bad when you wake up and you write what you're happy for and grateful for, it puts you in a happy state because happiness and sadness can't sit in the same space at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get this journal and they start to write out all of the things that they are grateful for, and then they get to the point that they feel like not so good, go back to the journal. Go back to the page where you wrote what you were grateful for and read that stuff and put yourself in a positive state. So I hope they get this journal. How do they get it anyway?
Well, you can get my journal via Amazon or on my website at easinthecsuite.com/shop. Okay. Um, One thing I wanted to tell you, part time, I work in a retail space during the week. And people always comment, how nice I am, how pleasant I am, how I clean up, behind each customer, how I'm never flustered or anything like that. I'm grateful for being made that way because I tell them when they all make a big deal about it, it's so easy to treat each other nice. I like customer service for that reason. It's easy to treat people, not even the grumpy ones. I refuse to let your grumpiness even impact me. But one thing I did today, thinking about my journal and my live with you tonight, I said to myself, I'm going to conduct a survey. These are with my customers as they're coming, they're going, and I asked them, do they keep a journal?
What
And
they
then,
say, Karen? What they say?
yeah.
What did they say?
Well, it was interesting because these people were all ages. And they said, yes, I keep a journal. One woman says, I keep a journal for my grandchildren. And I thought that was awesome because that reminded me of the griots, so to speak, although they kept it in their head. It was like she was passing on a history to her children. I don't know about what, her family, her recipes, whatever. But she said, I journal for my children. Another woman said to me, she says, I have so many journals. She said, I have journaled for years and she said, sometimes when I go back and I look at what I wrote, at various ages, she said it blows her mind. She said she doesn't even recognize herself at, various points that she journaled. But anyway, that just happened on the spur of the moment and it was thinking about tonight. I'll tell you another story
Wait,
too.
wait, before you tell me your other story. EAs, how do you spell it? EAs in the C. Where's the dash?
C dash sweet.
Oh, I did it. I'm good. I did it right.
Okay.
Yay. What's the
Um,
story?
when you were talking about divorce, someone shared with me once, and I don't know how many years it was, but I think there was a long time leading up to the divorce. And during that period of, not so happy and whatever, they journaled all about it. And they told me that they got to the point where they couldn't journal anymore because I guess it was just so upsetting and, just to constantly read and write on a level of unhappiness
Well,
did
you might
not.
need journaling and some therapy too. People
Yeah,
need to go to therapy.
this
I'm an
is
advocate for it. Go.
so am I.
Huh.
I figure everyone should gift themselves with it. I mean, when
Gifted.
I was going, that's how I felt about it. It's the greatest gift. Give it to yourself.
It really is.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, I thank you all. I mean, I am excited. Obviously, this is a part of, if you will, Karen's Carrots easing in IG Live for the first time. How about that?
Awesome. Nice.
Yeah, it is.
So Karen's Carrots is your
That's my
basically like,
my weekly that's my weekly live where I have a variety of guests and you grace that platform with me.
mm-hmm. Thanks for
Yes.
having me.
Oh, my pleasure. But we have a variety of guests speaking on many topics. In some way, it connects to any and everyone's life, quite frankly, but certainly to our audience. We've had business coaches on, we've had HR specialists on, we've had counselors on, we had during this whole pandemic thing, we've had a couple of counselors and we've even had a grief counselor talking about dealing with, grief in this period, as well as how that affects going to work. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about the emotional upheavals of people dealing with the stress of COVID and now everything happening out of their homes. A lot of them are meeting their mates for the first time on another level, and then the children. So we talk about all of that. And in the C suite, that's a demanding position because, I mean, quite frankly, my boss's wife say, there were times she said, "Oh, Karen, you can have him today. I'm done." We were friends as well as employer and employee, and that kind. We just had that kind of relationship. But the truth of the matter is, it's like you are mother, um, spouse. and confidant and all of those things. Now imagine that's your role day to day, and now we're living in circumstances beyond our control, where certainly a portion of that level of support is still expected. But now you got to, do we have enough bandwidth in the house? Are the children signed on? Is the husband in a quiet space? Are you getting that report out that we want? Ah, I thank God day and night I retired 3 years ago. And that I don't have, because I was that EA, chief of staff at that point, but I was that person who was the left hand, and that beam of light. God, you, Karren, do I know where I'm going? Yes, you know where you're going. Here's the agenda.
Just doing everything.
And a part of it, I don't blame on anybody. A part of it was my own drive and my own lack of self-awareness at that point of how bad I was. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
think like that. I think, keep doing and I got this
Right.
terrific mind, and I'm anticipating moves. That's why when I teach today, I say you have to understand the philosophy of your CEO. You really have to be in a space where you understand enough to make decisions on their behalf,
Mm-hmm.
to interact with their peers, who are often looking at an assistant as someone perhaps not on a level to have certain kinds of conversations, which is why I believe in becoming a strategic partner, because you're viewed differently with that title, let alone compensated more handsomely.
Mm-hmm. I love it. So I'm excited about the space that you're in and the fact that you've written this journal, and how you can just help people to really release a lot of things.
Yeah,
Have a place to write these things, things that people want to remember, things that people may even want to do tomorrow, because you can journal for what you are about to do as well. And
exactly,
yes, and I
exactly.
love how you have the prompts in the book that prompt you on what to think about, because sometimes whether a person, like we were talking about, like when you journal, it could be about whether things are going well or if they're not going so well. But when you open up the journal and you're prompted to write about something, you give someone something to do. And you know what else I think about? Like, some people are spending their time with the wrong people and in the wrong places. And if you can, like schedule a time when you journal, that'll be your time. That's like your private time. And I really think this should be on your calendar, that you know that you're going to journal at this particular time of the day, whether it be middle of the day, after dinner, late at night before you go to bed, first thing in the morning. It can be definitely become a routine that's very, very, as you said, healthy.
Well, you bring me to what we were doing in shift, and that is blocking the time.
Yes.
Blocking the time and sticking to it. And I resisted on just a certain level on a format, because
Mm-hmm.
I certainly believe in the calendar, but I was resisting on a format. But it is so important, because you really do need to see exactly what you're doing. Not just that I have a live going live with Tomeka tonight, but the time it took me to get home from the office, the time it took me to prepare something to eat. That tells me how much time I can put where for whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
it helps you. It really does. Thank you. It
You're
really is
welcome.
a big help.
Yeah. I really enjoy everything I do, and I enjoy all of the people that I've been connected to just be in a supportive position to just see you grow. And Karren, I've seen you grow so much that it's just unbelievable. Okay, like just to
From the
see.
first call.
Yes, from the very first call.
Love that.
It's been a beautiful journey. And I'm really super duper proud of you. And there are some other things that you have coming that people will find out about. I don't know when you want to tell them, but I know you have more things to come. And I'm super duper proud about all of those things too. And just it's just been about you just making that choice to do whatever you're gonna do. Yeah.
That's true. Good
Yeah.
space to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Good space to be in with a
Yes.
lot more work ahead of me, but I'm happy.
Yes. So you have two locations that people can get your journal. So where do you prefer people to purchase the journal? Do you want them to get it from like your website, or do you want them to get it from Amazon? How do you feel about that? Because I know there are some things that go on in those two spaces. How do you personally feel about that?
Well, I think that, I'd love them to get it directly from me, but business is business. And I do need sales to come through Amazon as well. Also, coming through Amazon, they offer that opportunity to give a public testimonial about the book. So, doing it through Amazon has its pluses. But yes, I'll share something else with all of you. My goal is to sell 100 journals by Black Friday. Yes, I'll put it out there and I'll share it. So please share it with your friends and family. And this makes a very nice gift. On the back, I have my QR code that takes you directly to my link tree. It's a very, very, very great resource. You can order as many as you like. There's no limit on the quantity.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of choice, certainly I love for them to come through the website because I immediately capture contact information, but I
Mm-hmm.
also would love to have the testimonials and become a bestseller via Amazon.
So Karen, you know what? I know we're talking about people getting your journal tonight. And guys, if you are here and you're ready to support your sister who just wrote a journal, she completed it. It's one of her like first projects amongst a few of them that she's completing. She was in shift and she's getting it everything together. So listen, I want to let's share some info with them real quick because we have a lot of entrepreneurs here tonight. There are pros and cons to once you write a book, it being sold on Amazon and it being sold on your website. Now, I have a whole course on this that tells people how these things are differentiated, but let's talk about it because an entrepreneur tonight might need this info. So
Okay.
if they get it from Amazon, what are the benefits to you as the author of the book? The benefits from you getting purchases on Amazon.
Okay, so I'm going to say what the are the benefits that I know. The benefits that I know is I get that count that could make me a bestseller, and I also get public recognition when customers leave a testimonial or their remarks or what is it that they're called? When they critique the book basically and put what they feel about it out there. So that's a big plus. It's also a plus to be direct. If you get this directly from the website, here's a plus from the website. The price includes the shipping.
All
Okay.
right.
So that is a plus. But the thing about having your book published through Amazon, it's the most economical. Okay, but there are criteria that you have to follow, and it's not tough. By the way, my book was put together with the help of da, 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 da. Are you ready? Fiverr.
Yeah.
Okay, Fiverr. I have a terrific, I mean, bar none, VA in Argentina. We've been together since February. He is excellent. And that's another thing about team, folks. When you have someone who buys into your philosophy, concept, is loyal, this has always been my happy place where we know each other, what we think in that mind connection. She's going to like this or she might like that. Or I think, Karen, this may be a good idea because we're working together in sync. It's a beautiful place to be. And
Mhm.
that's my VA. I call him my VA, but he designed my website. He's social media manager. He's confidant. He's cry on his shoulder. Oh, Karen, how about this? No, I don't like that. No. And anytime we jump on a Google Meet, and then if he perceives I'm getting a little antsy, Karen, just calm. Karen, it's okay. Don't
Mhm.
worry about it. We'll look at that afterwards. We'll do this. And I just want to shout him out. Felix, you are the best. And I told him just this morning, don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Yes, we love those VAs for sure. Yeah,
I
it's
give
a
him
big
that
part of our
title, but
business.
he's an everything guy.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right. Well, you shared why we've shared a bunch of tips in regards to why you should actually journal. And I don't know, is there anything else that we should add about why to journal before we go?
Well, I'd really like to hear from people why they journal. I'd also invite everyone to come on the virtual launch on Tuesday at 12 noon. I'd love to hear your experience with your journaling. You know, I have a friend who said she journaled her husband. She knew what she wanted. She
Okay.
journaled about, yes, she did. She journaled about it. I mean,
Journaling and manifestation. I got
and
it.
manifestation. She had his physical built, you know, she had everything and she got him. Okay. But there is power in the pen for sure. And you
Yeah.
need to be serious and focused. And remember, this is for you. This you write yourself a letter.
Yeah.
Thank yourself some days in your journal. Tell
Mm-hmm.
yourself, visualize yourself in places. All of these things, this is between you and you.
Mm-hmm.
What better friend can you have?
Yeah, that was well said. It sure was because when you write in a journal, it's to you until you decide to share it with someone else. And it's one of the most beautiful things that you can do for yourself. It really is. So, listen up, guys. If you're watching and you would love to support Miss Karren E. Henderson, please click the arrow at the top of the screen and give her a quick follow so you can stay in touch with her. And you can click the link in her bio to get right to being able to get your copy of her 30-day journal. And Karren has been in my shift program. And Karren has been an amazing, amazing entrepreneur student. She's done so much, and I'm really proud of her. So tonight I just wanted to share her with you guys. I wanted to share my Karren with you, who just completed her journal. It is launching on October the 26th. So if you want to give some support and also support yourself, this journal is for you. This is your opportunity to sit down, spend some time with yourself, and write out what is going on, good, bad, or ugly. Write out
All well
also,
said.
as Karren said, write out what you desire. Write out what's next for you, and make it a manifestation project. Write out what you want, because I tell the story all the time. It was not in a journal, but if I had one in front of me, it would have been. I wrote on a piece of paper that I will live like I'm on vacation. And about a year later, it happened. So the manifestation from you thinking, focusing, and literally writing it in a nice, safe place, who knows what can happen. So get your copy of Karren's journal now. Click on the link in her bio. Before you do that, to follow her, click the arrow at the top of the screen. Give her a quick follow. Her page is EA's in the C-suite, but she is Karren E. Henderson. And I'm super proud of you. So smooches to you, and much success on your 100 book, what do we want to call it,
Um, um,
accomplishment. 100 sales of your book accomplishment. I'm calling it now. Some
Thank
people that
you.
are here right now are going to make that purchase and be supportive. And I'm just waiting to see when you send me a message to tell me that you sold 100 books.
That will be my birthday present to myself, which is November 20th, but I will certainly celebrate it the day after Thanksgiving. And I thank you all. I thank you for your good thoughts. I thank you for your support. I most of all thank my coach for allowing me this platform. And having a supportive coach is everything, y'all. I'm telling you, this is the year to invest in yourself. You be surprised the goodness that comes out of the investment.
Yeah. And Karren, you warmed my heart the other day when you told me that someone asked you what was the best thing that you've done this year.
Oh, yeah, for
And
sure. For sure. Investing in a coach. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Without a
yeah, that
shadow of
that
a
warmed my
doubt.
heart. Yeah, yeah.
I see what I'm doing. I feel what I'm doing. I'm going. The momentum is there. I'm learning. I'm open. And most of all, you said it in the beginning, my dear. I'm ready.
Yes. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Yes.
Truth in that,
All
y'all.
right.
Truth.
And things happen. So Karren, once again, I'm super duper proud of you. So send me that message when you get to 100 sales, because I know that it's happening. And if
Yes.
you're here tonight, once again, and you're ready to support her with selling 100 books, click the link in the bio, in her bio. Okay. So Karren, I'm waiting for my book to come. I made my purchase. I can't wait. And I know that you're going to be doing a little something. Maybe you said something live where people can journal with you. So
Yes.
I'm excited about that as well. I'm going to join as much as I possibly can so that I can journal with you and everyone else that, you know, that needs to be doing this, which is everyone in the world. All right.
Thank you very much. And we are
All right.
going to have some fun gifts and surprises for everyone with their
All right.
purchase. Thank
Okay.
you.
So join her on October the 26th for her launch of her book, her official launch. But you can make a purchase right now. Okay, guys, we're
Can,
gonna get ready.
can I save this
Oh,
live,
sure,
coach?
sure. I'm
No, I
sorry.
just want to save it, not say anything. I
Oh,
mean,
save it. Oh, I
yeah.
thought you had a final comment.
Well,
Well, do
I
you have a
thank you
final
all
comment?
again. Yes, my final comment is I am blessed to be in this place, y'all. You have no idea. You are looking at a mother of three, a grandmother of 8, and a great grandmother of 5. And she rocking, y'all. And I'm happy that you're here. 100 books by November 26th.
It's done. It's already done.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you all.
Okay. Well, everyone
Okay.
have a good night. And thank you, Karren, for joining me tonight. You're
Thank
the
you
best.
for
Good
having me.
night.
Take care. Bye.